Hello and welcome to part 5 of our LanSchool VDI series, the final part. I'm Adam Taylor with ITS. In this last video we're just going to be taking a look at the complete workflow end to end for using and configuring LanSchool for VDI. Now if there are any parts of this video that don't make sense, I would recommend going back and looking at one of the previous videos. Each one of those videos is slightly more specialized on each step. Here what we're looking to do is just to summarize the whole thing in less than 10 minutes. So to begin with, you just need to download the LanSchool script files that can be provided by your ITS account manager. Once that's done and downloaded, you just want to unzip that and pop that into a local location on the machine. Here we're using the directory of CLS, and that is what our script is based around. However, you can change that to anything you like. Inside that file we have a CMD file which points to our VBS. And within the VBS we can see the different instructions that the process will go through to reconfigure the machine dynamically on the fly for a thin client. The first thing we'll be doing is delaying the script launch by 30 seconds to allow the PC to fully boot up. After that, we'll be triggering the first utility, which is Citrix's push client name utility. If you're using a non-Citrix based thin client setup, such as VMware Horizon, you'll just need to use a utility like that, which will allow you to push data into the virtual session from the outside through the Citrix or VMware server. So what that utility does is it will push through the name of the terminal into this HKey current user volatile environment field. It will then create a key called Citrix client name, and that's our first bit of tangible real world data. The script will then look to copy that information into a registry key here in the LanSchool folder under HKey local machine called machine name. And then once done, it's going to look at the CSV file that's in the same folder as all of these other utilities and scripts. So the CSV file just needs to contain two columns. The first one being the terminal name, the actual real-world terminal name. The right-hand side is the channel number or room number that machine is in. So here we can see this one ending in CC1 is for room 211. And what this means is that when LanSchool loads in the terminal, it'll immediately know which room that terminal is based in and update itself accordingly. So it'll then run the setChannel.exe, that's the utility from our side, which you can see here. And once that runs, it's going to take those two pieces of information out of the CSV file. It's going to take the channel number and it's going to copy that into the registry into the channel key. So quite literally just moving the device within LanSchool. So once that's done, we're going to just close everything off. If you did want to put it into a new location, then you just need to point these script files towards that new location and just remap the file paths. But we'll just go with the defaults for now. So the next thing we're going to do is open up the task scheduler. We want to make a scheduled task that's going to activate the script when a user logs in. So here we want to create a new folder. We'll call that LanSchool, just to keep this task separate from all of the others that come with Windows. We're going to right click and we're going to click Import Task. Now in the last video I built this process from scratch. If you need instructions on how to do that, I would recommend just looking back at video number 3. Here we're going to import the template file I saved from that session, which will just allow it to skip a couple of steps, and this is included in that zip file as well, so you can use it too. It sets a name and it sets the highest privileges it can to trigger at login, and it'll be running our 64-bit version of the script. If you need to change that to 32, just click on edit and load the other one in. Now the only change that needs to be made from the template here is just to change the admin login. So by default, Task Scheduler will load in the local admin account. Here we need to use the domain admin account, so just locate that. And then once you've got that changed, it's going to prompt you for your password. You just pop that in there, and then that should save. So we've now got a login task. I've set this up as a non-admin account, but obviously I used the admin password to do so. So now that that's in place, that's going to launch against any user. We can now just close everything else down because that script is in place and ready to fire. So I'm just going to shrink this down a bit so you can see the consoles running in the background. On the left-hand side, we have our LanSchool Tech console. In the middle, we have one set up to be our eSafety monitoring station. And on the right-hand side, we've got a standard classroom. Now, this teacher is set up to be on the same channel, channel 3001. However, when we run this, it's going to move this terminal to one of the other channels in our CSV file. So we're going to see that drop off. Just make this a little bit bigger so it's clearer. So this one on the end, this is the one that we've got the script set against. This is the one that's going to drop off and come back with an IGEL number, a terminal number. So we just give it a second. Now we just need to re-authenticate it. Let's log in again. This is a non-admin user. This is logging in as. And LanSchool is going to run for approximately 20 to 30 seconds from now, at which point it's going to drop off because the script is going to change the name and the channel number, and it's no longer going to exist. So we're going to temporarily lose it, and then it'll come straight back with a new name. Now we can see that's dropped off. Do a quick refresh. It's completely gone. Do another refresh. And now we can see it's come back. Beforehand it was student Windows 2, it's now come back as the IGEL number, the terminal number. And if we just do the same refreshes on the other consoles, we'll see the same thing. So that old session is now gone, it's out of LanSchool. In the classroom, if we do a refresh, so for the teacher, they're going to lose the terminal. It's now moved to another channel, the teacher can't see that channel, therefore it appears to vanish. However, if we did want to pull that terminal back into our class, we can quite easily find that with the class list tool. So we'll do a search by machine name, hit browse. There's our terminal. And we can see the channel numbers now moved from 3001 to 22. So we're just going to add that in, we're going to make a new list. And this will be the start of our VDI suite. Thin Client Lab 2. Now that's been created, we can load it. Thin Client Lab 2. And just hit open. Now we'll dismiss all the other machines and just load in the ones from that list. And that can be viewed and controlled and manipulated and managed just like any other standard LanSchool client would on Windows. Once you're done with it, you can just click dismiss and that will take you back to the channel that you're usually in, 3001. Now finally, if we just go over to our tech console, and again, you can see it's loaded here as the IGEL number, visible across the board. And that is LanSchool on thin clients. Thanks for watching.